why yours doesn't.
What's going on? Let's talk right now. Wow. For all the enthusiasm. All the enthusiasm.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
Hello.
Yes.
Because there's a delay.
No, it's not the
I'm like, hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
What's up? How's everybody doing? God bless ya. We're so glad to be able to be with you. Thank you for joining us for Let's Talk.
Yes.
Right now.
Let's talk right now.
Right now.
How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great.
You doing great?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You look a little sleepy. Are you sleepy?
I can sleep.
Okay. Well, you look handsome either way.
Well, thank you. I'm not sure.
Sleepy handsome. Instead of like sleeping beauty, sleepy handsome. That should be a thing. I bet you no one's ever thought of that.
You're brilliant.
I've never heard anyone say sleepy handsome. I mean, sleeping beauty. And
Your brilliance.
That came out from my heart. It naturally came out to call you sleepy handsome.
Thank you so much for that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that handsome was actually a term of endearment for women first?
Feels like, yes, but this.
Did you know that?
Way I'm sitting makes me look.
I feel like you just said yes to me to say yes, and you weren't paying attention to me. That was a total mom moment.
I'm not looking like my skinny self for whatever reason. The way this
Quit
top
looking
is
at how you
overlapping,
look and just
it's
talk to me.
overlapping makes it look like a lonja, and I don't. This is not a real
Hey
lonja.
guys, just so you know, but now you heard the lonja.
The lonja.
Yeah, there you go. We're officially bilingual. Linda, how's it going, cousin? Hello, hello,
Hey,
hello.
buddy, how's it going? I need to
I already
tag
tagged.
some fams,
I already
some
did
friends.
I already did it. I'm on it.
Well,
I'm
great.
on it.
It's not working for me.
I got my beard done today, and I'm really proud of it. I'm so happy about it today. I want to give a shout out to before and after production.
Okay.
Vic the barber. I'm gonna give him a shout out today.
Okay.
He did a great job.
Cool.
I'm so happy for you.
Vic,
Thank
we get
you.
a discount
He's
next
a great
time,
guy.
Vic.
He's a believer.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome guy. Love that guy.
Cool.
And shout out also to Dork Production.
Why are you saying it like slow motion?
Dork. Get a dork. I'm making sure I emphasize
Like
the announcement.
Dork.
The dork. You never know. You might get hired by somebody.
Yeah.
Someone might say, I want that guy with the beard to do my commercial. And I'll be like, I will.
Oh my God.
This is the only gun I can handle.
I am not vibing this.
Not catch a
right now.
charge. What's the matter?
I literally.
I'm digging the outfit today. I like the
outfit's
colors.
Cute. It's just the way I'm sitting.
I feel like I just want to keep raising my hand and asking questions.
It's making me not feel. Yeah.
Call on me.
Not my very best side shape.
That's the same side you're always on.
That makes it look like I have a lonja, and I don't have a lonja.
What is a lonja?
A lonja is a roll.
I know what a lonja
Muffin
is.
top.
A lonja is a muffin top? It sounds better in English.
Yeah, muffin top sounds cute.
Everybody likes muffins.
Instead of a lonja.
Well, we want to take time for a moment. We're not going to have a very long show today.
Okay.
We want to take time to get your questions so that we could answer them. Remember, Let's Talk Right Now is an opportunity for two people who are married, in love, friends, and pastors to make ourselves available to you so that you're able to have a conversation with us. What is your deal with me today?
I
What?
feel like you randomly made that up. What is that? Two people in love?
I made that up? It's
No,
not true?
we're totally in love, but
That's not true?
It's totally changed over time.
It hasn't changed. We are
Let's
two
talk.
people.
Let's go
Are
back.
you-
We're going to go back.
Are
and
you one person?
When we first talked about why we started Let's Talk, you change it every week.
No, I don't. Let's Talk Right Now is about pastors making themselves available. We're making ourselves available as two real people. That lets you know they're two people. I can ask about anything. They're in love. I can ask about relationships. They're married. I can ask about marriage.
Okay.
They're pastors. I can ask about biblical perspective.
But we are married and we are in love, so this is
This
true.
show's about any and everything. We're not stuck to one topic. We've talked about all kinds of
I
stuff.
know. It's
You just brought up lonja. That's not a spiritual concept. You're not gonna disciple anybody in roles. Like,
Hey, you can find all the scripture with the word rolls, which by the way, I have a joke
Joke segment.
with the word roll in it.
Pastor E's got jokes.
He's got jokes.
Bring it on.
How do you make an egg roll? How do
You
make
roll it.
Nope, you push it.
Wow. She's getting a real laugh.
I'm just saying.
Karen's laughing out there.
I mean, it's legit.
You
Okay,
push
I
it.
can finally tag people now.
You push it. She said you push it.
Yep, that's it.
That's how you make an egg roll.
I love it. That's my little. I'm just tagging everybody and anybody. So
You're not supposed to look at your phone while you do this. You always tell me that. Now you're doing it. You're breaking your own rule.
I'm just trying to tag some folks.
It's all right, guys. Let's talk. You and I could talk. You and I could talk because she's not paying attention to us right now. So we can say whatever we want to say and get away with it right now. This is when you do it. So.
Okay. Well, we had a really great question last week. And
Did we answer it?
we didn't. It was a good question.
What was it?
Karen had sent it in to us. I don't know. Maybe she'll resend it to us in a little bit. But I wanted to pick up from that from last time. But anyhow, whatever questions you may have on your heart or your mind, thanks for being patient. We do say that the show is 5-ish, typically around 5-ish.
Not today.
Not
Today
today.
was 6-ish.
No, we actually went on live before at 5 o'clock-ish.
Let's get the timestamp on this, please.
So I know we're a little delayed, like a whole hour, but I have a good reason. We have an awesome group that we do after this, and I needed to get a few things that we had to have for it. But the place that I went to was not prepared and ready. Okay, that could be a question. How do you handle people when they're not prepared? They're supposed to follow through.
How do I handle
Yeah,
them?
how do you handle people when they're not prepared?
It depends on who it is and
because
what
they're
it
not being
is.
prepared made me not prepared. Therefore, we didn't get to start the show on time-ish, which is closer to 5-ish.
I didn't
Really,
even
it's 5
notice.
o'clock.
I wouldn't even know what you were talking about right now if you
Wow.
wouldn't have mentioned it.
That's the deal. So, how do you handle? You're looking down at your
It
phone too long.
depends because my phone's stuck now, and I don't know why. I don't know. It depends. It depends on what it is. Look, here's one of the things that I've learned about handling moments like that is that they're not. If it's not going to change anything right now, I don't really want to waste time with it. Like if it's not going to change it. Now, if I can complaint.
Complaint?
That's a complaint is a complaint you really mean.
Yeah.
Now, if bringing it up, talking about it is going to change it in a moment, it's going to fix it, then let's do that. But if it's not, then I got to move on and figure something else out. Like I don't like to just give wind to something that at the end of it, all I did was say words.
Okay.
I just move on. And I do that for me. Like that's
Well, I was really kind and sweet but internally I was flustered because I had ordered something 8 days ago. So it should have been ready 8 days ago. Maybe 7 because they were supposed to be ready the next day. And they had the emails, but they didn't even have my item.
So they just didn't do it?
They just didn't do it.
That's it. They just
So
didn't do it.
because of that,
So did you
yes.
say that?
No, I was just kind and patient, but internally I'm thinking,
Well, when they told you they didn't have it, how did they say it?
they just said, "Oh, we don't know why didn't this didn't get done?"
That's what they said?
Yeah.
See, that's why I just moved past, because my response to that would be, well, let's solve the mystery. You didn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah.
Well, because it's not like the email's not magic. Like it's not gonna make it's not gonna print itself. Like you have to read the email, then you have to follow the instructions in the email.
Yeah.
And then you have to perform the task. So
Well, they got the email.
mystery
for sure.
solved.
Yeah.
You didn't do it.
They didn't do it. So that's why that put me about 15, 20 minutes, and then I was across town, so that put me like another 20 minutes. So no bueno. But
don't know
yeah,
what
but
to
I mean,
say.
the good thing is that I remained calm and I kept smiling, and I just took deep breaths.
I feel like I look crazy when I smile and people know I should be unhappy.
Really?
I feel like I look like
you
unstable.
look crazy? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Just like this. I don't have a resting smile though.
You don't have a resting smile?
Yeah, my smile doesn't, like when my face is at rest, it doesn't rest smiling. My face rests. That's my resting face. This isn't, that feels so weird. That's not my resting face. I feel weird. Feel like I'm sitting at the park by myself watching people.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we have a question.
Question is right here.
Yeah, Karen found it. Great.
Send it in.
Go
or
for
read it out loud.
You go ahead.
It says how to deal with people who are not welcoming the word when I mention God to them.
Hey, Raymond.
Hello, Raymond.
We both said it.
Pinch poke.
Yep. How do you deal with people who are not welcoming the word?
Evidently, I didn't read it clearly. Thank you.
I'm reading it to myself.
She woman-splained me.
I did not woman-splain you. I was reading it again to myself.
Got it.
Out loud.
After asking me to read it.
Yes. And I'll probably read it again.
Bring it on.
How do you deal with people who are not welcoming the word when you mention God to them?
Tell them they're going to hell and move on. I'm all about solving problems today.
Oh my God.
You're going to hell. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Wow.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's it. That's how you do it.
How do you do that? How
do I handle people? Okay, I'm a person who looks for cues. I don't just, and I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. I'm saying this is what I do. So when people aren't welcoming to it, and this comes with time. I believe that the principles of the Bible work whether you're a believer or not.
Come on.
Okay? Whether you believe the Bible or not, there's sayings like this. You can catch more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. That saying comes from doing good to those who hurt you, being kind to those who spitefully use you.
Okay.
For in doing so, the Bible says you'll heap coals of fire upon their heads. Like, not like you're gonna burn them alive, but it means it intrigues them to the point of asking questions.
Yeah.
So I have a way of being able to talk to people and removing that element for a moment just to get things making sense. Sometimes when people are resistant to God or resistant to Bible or resistant to Jesus, usually you have to talk to people like that from a logical perspective.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. The principles of God's word are logical. The stuff we believe on how to attain those things, that's faith.
Yeah.
Like, I've got to believe in the sacrifice of another that gives me access to a relationship that I didn't earn in order to have this presence be with me at all times that gives me the ability to live out scripture and get the promises that are in the principles. But the principles themselves work. Okay. So I always approach it from a logical perspective and I just be patient and then demonstrate. Like, you're not going to win every one today. And the Lord will give you, if that one's for you, then the Lord will give you the opportunity for you to be able to speak to them. If it's not you that's going to be able to speak to them, then always be an example so that when someone does speak to them, you get to pop up in their memory bank of people they have seen live out scripture.
That's what I would say. Just live it out. I mean, I think we kind of touched on it just a tiny bit last week, was just don't stop, allow your life to demonstrate what you're trying to say. Because even in the imperfections, like, that doesn't mean, because I made a mistake, then I have no place to tell anybody anything or say anything. No, it just means, though, that when you're testifying to somebody else, what they're more interested is in the results and the action more than sometimes your words.
Yeah.
So your behavior and what you're saying should then prove what you're also saying. So, and I think over time, that's what people want. They want to see, wow, what you're saying matches up with how you're living. because they'll be the first to call you a hypocrite. They'll be the first to point out that, the negative things sometimes. But I would definitely say for me, I would, it's probably been, I shouldn't say it's been a while that I haven't been around people who don't agree with the same thing, but I tend to, I don't know, I really don't think I've been in a situation, it's been a while, where somebody just like blatantly pushes me away for my faith. Ironically, sometimes it's Christian people that are more hard and harsh and resistant.
I don't know. I've been around some pretty mad sinners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been around some
but I guess because I expect that from them. I wouldn't expect them to behave a different way than,
Yeah.
and so the responsibility isn't on them to change in that moment. The responsibility is for me to live out what I say and who I say that I am and why I believe what I believe, irregardless of that. And then love them. At the end of the day, that's what pleases the heart of the Father. And so loving people where they are is important. I mean, I can't take, even again, going back to believers, there's so many different, being a pastor especially, there's so many people that walk through our doors that are in different spectrums in their walk with God. Some baby Christian and believers, some who've been serving God for years, some who are extremely opinionated, some who are very legalistic, some who are religious, some who are growing and maturing, some who are healthy. Like there's a gamut of types of people in their walks with the Lord. So learning to love people where they are is my responsibility.
Chris Hodges has a really, really interesting personal story. He went to LSU, Louisiana State University. And while he was a student there, he writes about this in one of his books, that he would read his Bible every day. He'd go into the commons area, the kitchen, the cafeteria area, sit down, read his Bible. And there was a gentleman who worked there, a security guard who was a Muslim, and walks by one day, sees him reading the Bible, and he tells him, he says, you mean to tell me you believe everything that's in that book? And he said, yes, I do. I believe in everything that's in this book. He said, wow. And you live by it. He said, to the best of my ability, I live by it.
Yeah.
And the guy slaps him.
Wow. Slapped him in his face?
Slapped him, like
Ooh.
Right in the face. And he talks about how he fell out of his chair, like that's how hard he hit him. And when he gets up, he says that the guy tells him, he says, that book tells you that you're supposed to turn the other cheek.
Wow.
And Chris Hodges says that he got his Bible. Everything in him wanted to leave, but instead he sat down.
But did he slap him?
He sat down and continued reading.
Wow.
And after that day, he said that throughout the course of his time there, that he and that guy, whenever they would see each other, that they would have very long conversations about the Bible.
Covering his face.
He gained access to be able to have conversations with him. So
wow.
I guess if somebody's not resistant, let him hit you in the face, and
wow.
let him hit you in the face and soften their heart, and then you get access.
No, but that is true of other instances. There's another instance where, there's the song there's a old hymn. It's my absolute favorite old hymn. And it's the one that says, though none go with me, still I will follow, no turning back, no turning back. I have decided to follow Jesus. And most people don't, they know the hymn, they don't know where it stems from and where it originated from. And it originates from a family who converts in this tribe of whatever the religion was, and he converts into Christianity, accepting Christ as his Lord and Savior. They bring him out into the village, so many years later, because people were converting to Christianity. So it was changing the tribe. And so the tribe leader approaches him with everybody there and tells him, denounce Jesus today. And he says, no, I have decided to follow Jesus. And as soon as he said no, after he had said no and didn't denounce Jesus, they took a bow and arrow and they shot his wife. And dies right in front of him, along with his son standing there. And then again he says, denounce Jesus. And no, I have decided to follow Jesus, no turning back. And again, they take another bow and arrow and they shoot his son. Now, I don't know about you, but that point, I mean, you've seen your wife die right in front of you.
Seen your
Now
son die.
son is dying in front of you. And again, he tells him to denounce. And he says, no, I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back. And they shoot him. And after that, the tribe leader then says, if this man, having that much faith to die in this way, he gave his life to Jesus, and the entire village gave their life to the Lord. And one may think, well, that, the vanity of that, of like having lost these 3 souls, but he never denounced Jesus. The whole song of, I will follow Jesus. I've decided to follow, no turning back. Saved, and so, that could go on to a whole nother topic of dying to oneself and taking up your cross, and a lot of that is what that is.
It's counting the cost.
The Bible talks about you're going to be rejected. And I think, not that it ever feels good, because it definitely doesn't, and it's hard, especially if you are a people type pleaser, or not like you have a people pleasing syndrome or whatever, but naturally we want to please people, and we want people to like us or to love us or to respond and respect us. But the Bible clearly says that Jesus, having been rejected, then we'll be rejected too. So that sometimes gives comfort to know that if God himself was rejected, then who am I to not be, in a sense, so as to not take it as personal when those things do happen, because it's hard and it's hurtful. And if you have compassion for the person clearly you're talking to, that you want them to have a relationship with God, you want them to pray, you want them to have this experience that you've had, it's heartbreaking to you sometimes, especially depending on who it may be. It could be a loved one, somebody that you esteem, you respect, somebody that you really care about, and you want them to have that same experience. And so they're not rejecting you. Ultimately, they're rejecting the God in you. And so you can't stop being who it is God's called you to be. You've got to continue to speak and be the light into these dark places. And not that the people are dark, but God calls those scenarios dark, and he tells us that we're to be a light, so in those areas. So okay, it's 6:20.
We gotta go.
But bink bink.
See y'all later.
No. Well, don't say we gotta go.
We gotta go?
No.
We gotta go.
We love you guys. I know this is a
We love
short
you.
episode.
We have to go.
Yeah. We got a group.
It's time to go.
It's time to go.
The same thing. Same thing.
Wow. Okay.
You know what's in the word group?
What?
Go.
Go.
Yeah. G.
Oh.
R. O.
Well, thank you again for watching this episode.
Seriously, we do love you guys.
Let's talk.
We will
right
see
now.
you again. Hey, remember,
Go
be the church.
church.